Hi guys, it's Paula. I hope you are doing well today. Today is the 2-month update for A to Z Project Pan. This is a PANtastic Ladies collab. If you guys don't know, PANtastic Ladies is a Facebook group that I'm a member of. There are about 500 plus of us now, and this is just a collaborative group where you can find projects to join, comment on your panning progress, anything panning related. And most of the projects I am doing this year are PANtastic Ladies collaborations. I will try to remember to leave the link to their group in the info box down below. There is a new project starting on the 21st of this month, so it's a perfect time to join if you've ever thought about doing a panning project but have never done before. All the info is there, so check it out and join us. It's a ton of fun. The A to Z Project Pan is a year-long project that started on January 1st. The goal of this project is to work on and hopefully finish 26 products, and each product is related to a letter of the alphabet A to Z. I am not going to go over every single product in this project because some of them I really haven't gotten to use a ton so far this year, and there's no progress to really talk about. So I'm just going to focus on some items that I have been working on and have been making some progress on. The next update in a month, I might go over everything since that'll be the end of the first quarter of this year. So maybe I'll do a review of everything in this project next month. I did finish 2 items in the first month, and so if you want to see which 2 items those were, you can watch that update right now here. I do have 2 more empties this month, which is very, very exciting. So let's start with those. This Ulta Deep Treatment foaming mask was for the letter U for Ulta, and I finished that. I mentioned this in my empties for the month of February. This was a pretty unremarkable face wash. I did end up putting it in the shower with me to use it up. And what I would do is apply it on my face right when I first got in the shower while my face was still dry. Let it sit there for about 3 to 5 minutes and then wash it off. And that's how I used it up. So it's gone. Glad to see it go. It's been sitting around in my stash for a couple years, so happy it is finally gone. My next empty is for the letter M. It is this little sample of MAC Prep and Prime. I mentioned this in my top 3, bottom 3 for the last month. I really enjoyed this product. It was a top 3. I also found out that the word visage means face. So that was an exciting discovery. Thank you to all of you who commented. So yeah, I really enjoyed this as a primer. It left my skin feeling smooth, but not silicone-y, slippery. That doesn't work for my skin at all. The makeup just doesn't stay on my face. It just slips around if I use something with too much silicone in it. But this was the perfect combination of kind of pore filling and moisturizing and just doing what a primer should do, and I liked it. Okay, let's take it from the top. For the letter B, I had this body cream from Bath & Body Works in the scent Creamy Coconut. Can you see right there where you can see through the product? It's really hard to see through this bottle, but you can kind of see right there that it is down to about here. I am super excited. If you guys saw my inventory at the beginning of January, you saw that I made little to no progress on body lotions, moisturizers, any of that in the year of 2017. I do not have dry skin. In the Midwest, about 6 months of the year is pretty humid, and I couldn't even imagine putting on moisturizer because I'm already like chronically dewy. And then for the other 6 months of the year, I have to remind myself to apply it. So I'm really happy with the progress I've been making. I haven't had any dry skin issues at all because I am using it regularly. It is preventing my skin from ever getting to the point of being like itchy and dry. So I am hoping to have this finished before the humidity kicks in sometime around April. I actually have a goal for this for the next month. So I'm really happy to be all the way down here already. That is good. For C, I have its little counterpart, the Body Wash in Creamy Coconut. And I didn't make much progress on this either over the last month. I don't know why both of my body washes I'm working on made zero progress, but that is where I'm at right now. That's where I was last month. So I only used about half as much as I used in January. I'm not sure why, but that's where it is. So we'll keep going from there. For the letter D, I have my Depotted face powder. This little guy right here. And I'm really happy with my progress. I'm going to try and insert a picture from last month next to this one from this month so you can see the progress, because the pan has started to expand. So what I was telling you guys last month is that I was just kind of going across the top and wearing it down evenly, which I did for the month of January. But for the month of February, I actually started realizing that as I was wearing it down on this side, the pan was starting to expand. So now I've just been kind of focusing on expanding the pan. I believe this was originally marketed as a highlighting powder from Avon, but it is so subtle that I have been using it as an all over face powder, and I love it. I'm wearing it today. I'm not like glittery. I have like probably like, that's not the face powder making my skin shiny. That's just me being a little shiny. But yeah, I use it all over my face. I'm really happy with the progress. This pan is annoying. It takes up way too much space in my palettes. I will show you what it looks like in this palette right now so you can see how many other pans I could be fitting in that spot once this is gone. So this is the palette that I keep it in right here. And can you see how much space that sucker takes up? It is, because it's curved and long, I could probably fit 5 eyeshadows right there. So yeah, I really, really, really want to get that pan empty as quick as possible. Even though I'm enjoying the product, I cannot wait to finish it so that I can use that space to put some other eyeshadows in. I am still using the cream matte eyeshadow that is in my PANtastic palette, but once that is gone, I think I'm also going to use that powder to set my eyeshadow, so hopefully it'll start moving along even faster. So I'm really excited about that too. For the letter E, I have my e.l.f. eyelid primer. During the month of January, I was forgetting to use this regularly. I alternate it with this as an eye base. So on the days, I keep saying this, but I'm panning 2 looks. You guys know that. I'm panning 2 looks at a time. One of them is this bronzy look that is using my PANtastic palette. And on the days that I'm doing this bronzy look, I use my Bad to the Bronze. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute. On the days that I'm focusing on the other look I'm panning that's usually more colorful and not using the shadows from my PANtastic palette, I prime my eyes with this eyelid base. I forgot how good this is. I do recommend this if any of you are looking for a really affordable eyelid primer. I know that so many beauty gurus have been using concealer to prime their eyelids and they love that trick, but I find like when I use something like a concealer to prime my eyelids, I have to make sure I set it so fast because it'll crease on me. Whereas this doesn't cause any creasing, and I can take a minute before I set it. I still set it anyways, but I can take a minute without having to like quickly like get the concealer out of my creases before I set it. Like, it just works really well and I like it. For G, I'm gonna skip over F this month. For G, I am working on my micellar water from Garnier. I think this came in a BeautyCon box. Anyways, it's the micellar water I've been using. This is where I was last month, and this is where I am now. So I've made some really good progress. Based on that amount of progress, I probably have 3 more months of use out of this before it's completely empty. I don't use a lot of this. What I do is I wash my face with soap and water first at the end of the day, and then I usually still have some like eye makeup and mascara under my eyes or even on my eyelids after that. So I'll put a couple drops of this on a cotton pad and get the rest of the remaining eye makeup off, and then I'm done. So that's all I use this for, only at night, and to remove that little bit of mascara and eye makeup from around my eyes. So I don't use a whole bunch of it at a time, but I love it. It does the job. It doesn't sting my eyes, and it's a great product. For the letter L, we have Lunch Money from ColourPop. It is a Super Shock highlighter. Last month, during the month of January, I'd been really working on just kind of flattening it down, and the pan really hadn't expanded. So for this month, I did work on expanding the pan a little bit, and I think I did. I did not use this highlighter consistently every day of the month. I'm panning like too many highlighters right now. I have a lot of highlighters that I'm working on, both cream and powder. And so I didn't use this every day, but I think there is some noticeable progress. So I'm going to insert a picture from last month and this month so we can see if that's actually true. For the letter R, it's my Rimmel Stay Matte Foundation in the shade Light Ivory. I am using this every single day, but I'm mixing it with a BB cream that is a little bit darker in shade and a little bit thinner. This is such a thick foundation that I don't really like the way it looks on its own. This actually was in my bottom 3 for January. I'm really happy with how it's mixing with the BB cream that I have been mixing it with. But so it's going better as long as I mix it. But between this being too light of a shade for my skin tone, I bought this before I was really aware of what my skin color was. I don't know how you could be as old as I am and not know what your skin color is, but I didn't. And I bought this, and I've never been this color. I've never been ivory ever. Yeah, so I'm using this up very slowly but surely. I put about a pea-size amount on the back of my hand and mix it in with the BB cream and put it on my face. So it's going well. You can, well, I don't know if you can see, but it's getting a little dented right up here where I keep squeezing it. So I am making some progress, but it's gonna probably take me the entire year to finish this little tube. It's only 1 fluid ounce, so it's not much product, but I'm trucking along with that one. For the letter X, I have my NYX Jumbo Crayon in Milk. I was so excited because after January, I was able to sharpen it for the first time, and I kind of thought in my head like, oh, that's good. I'll be able to sharpen it once a month if I use it every day. But I'm still using it, and I have not had to sharpen it a second time. I know it's kind of dirty, but that's where it's at. I don't just sharpen it for the sake of sharpening it. I wait till it is like down to the wood before I sharpen it so that I can get my money's worth out of it. It's a great product and I love it. I don't want to just use it for the sake of using it or sharpen it for the sake of sharpening it. So I do think I'll be able to sharpen it again during this month in March, but the progress is slow on that one. There's no way I'm going to finish it this year, I don't think. For the letter Y, I have this YSL sample of Glossy Stain. I don't have a ton of progress on it. I am almost done with that Plump Up. I don't think that Plump Up one is a great product. And I've been working on this one in the shade Rebel Nudes, N105. N105 is better than the Plump Up shade, but none of these have really knocked my socks off, so I'll be looking forward to having these gone. And finally, for the letter Z is my Maybelline Bad to the Bronze eyeshadow base. I put this in the project specifically because I wanted to use it specifically in conjunction with my PANtastic palette for this year, since I had so many bronzy shades in that palette. Well, 2 bronzy shades in that palette. So on the days that I do this eye look, I use this every time. Let me open it up so you can actually see the progress. There is a little bit of a dip going on in there. Can you see it? Can you see it? I am so glad to be getting use out of this. I have several of these in different shades. They've basically been untouched in my makeup stash for a few years now. and it feels great to be using and enjoying this product. I've said this before, but this is a standalone product. You could just put this on all over your eyelids and go, but of course that's not the point. I'm using it as a base to intensify the bronze eyeshadows that I'm wearing in my Pan That palette, and they go nicely together as well. It's just that this could totally stand alone if you don't want as intense of an eye look, or you're, you know, looking for a fast, quick morning routine, you know, something that'll get you out the door really quickly. This is a great product for that. And I'm really glad I'm getting use out of it and enjoying it. So that is all the products I wanted to show you guys for this month. There's still a lot of products I haven't even touched yet, and I need to get going on some of them. So I've decided to start making some monthly goals. I finished 2 products in January and 2 products in February. Obviously, if I'm only finishing 2 products a month, I'm still gonna have 2 left over at the end of this year. And it doesn't work that way when you're panning, as you know. Sometimes you get 2 products, sometimes you get 3, sometimes you get none. So I know that's probably, you know, going to be the case as we move throughout the year, but I thought for next month I'd set a couple of goals for 2 more products to finish. So the 2 products I really want to try hard to finish during the month of March is this YSL sample. I am the slowest panner when it comes to lip products. It just takes me forever. So I'm going to really focus hard on this and try and move this out so it's gone. And then I thought I would try and finish this body lotion during the month of March. I'm down to here. There's not a whole lot left. So I'm going to try and make sure I finish this up during the month of March to give me 2 more empties at the end of this month. So that's the goal. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.